Hello, and welcome back. Monday morning, 9:10 sales video. Keep playing that music. No, that's not. So I added the light here, light bar here, this one right here, which is casting at an angle right at me. So it's all really bright right there. It's difficult to see what I'm looking at, my camera, my phone. So I may take this and put it against this wall so it lights up coming in this way. We'll see. So that, since it is a sales video, I'm going to try to make this one quicker. Got to get to a fairly couple local stores down here in the transportation run, do that one, come back, do some sell similars, and then tomorrow I start the sale. So I'm going to make a video. Those don't turn out well when I do a screen record with voice with the headphones that I have. The audio doesn't turn out well. Well, I mean, this isn't really top-notch production, but the audio doesn't turn out well. But I'll still try to do that. That way I can kind of show on how I put the things on sale and the tiers in. No matter which tier brackets I use, the principle is still going to be the same. And speaking of principle, so I sold that Nighthawk mesh Wi-Fi extender thing a while ago, back in like May, June. Several days later, the guy opens up a case. Hey, haven't gotten it yet. So I look at tracking, and it ends up being stuck in Colorado, and then it went back to like Illinois, and then it went somewhere else, if that's the same one. And eventually I had to just refund the guy. Well, I was watching a Fallout 4 video yesterday, or just somebody talking about Fallout 4, and they said something about Nighthawk. I'm like, oh, hold on a minute, wait, what? So I went in, went back to the tracking, went to FedEx, put it in, and it got delivered September 12th. So I didn't receive any, and I looked, I didn't have the buyer blocked because he didn't really cause much of any problems, just that they didn't receive it. And no messages from him. eBay didn't have any record that they received it. I contacted eBay and saying, hey, look, they finally got the item. So I got on the phone. It's like, what about my money back? And since I have yet to get paid by FedEx for that, and so I got the message this morning, which reads anything but we are not going to refund you, or we are going to. It doesn't have either of those in there. It basically says, well, you waited too long to file, which how could have I filed for an appeal for something that I didn't know was actually delivered with post of my 30 or pre to my 30 days that I could have? That doesn't make any sense. So a couple hogwash things from the eBay rep. I'll make another phone call, see if I can step it up, escalate it. That's probably what you're going to have. In instances like this, what you'll have to do is just escalate it and just keep going up and up and be like, hey, they finally got it. And what this person wrote me, it doesn't apply. So I'll try that. If not, then I'm going to have to eat the $80. So that, nothing else really. The new lighting, stuff that's sold. All right. So we have this Sunday Horse DVD on the Hamilton, William Shatner, Ving Rhames, 15. Carry the Message paperback, 19. These frames, now these ones, they don't have a date stamp on them, so I've had these for many, many, many of years. And these are called eye green, as in the color green. These ones eventually sold for $26. Of course, if you look at the lenses, they're bad, but they're frames. They're selling them for frames. So that's why with eyeglasses, if the lenses are scratched, it doesn't matter, because you can't sell prescription items. So whoever buys the frames has to get the lenses redone. I actually had a a feedback one time where someone said these lenses on a pair of eyeglasses, these lenses are completely scratched. I can't use them. So eBay looked at that and they didn't want to remove it because it was a buyer experience. I said, but I can't sell prescription items. So if I can't sell it, they bought it just for the frames. That's what the rules are for eBay. And then I had to escalate that one. I'm like, oh yeah, that's correct. They can't leave you feedback in regards to something that they didn't buy it for. It's like someone buying a car and then saying that the the table has a bad leg. It's like, what? All right, that's a bad example, but still, you get the point. Jeremiah Lamations paperback, 15. One of these diskettes. So this is what I learned is like it's an actual machine um, that plays this music and plays these. What the machines do exactly besides play the music, I'm not 100% certain, but it is called a piano disc, and the piano disc by Burgett. Well, Burgett makes keyboards. Well, at least they did it one time. Where was that burn at? Either way, um, $30. Hawthorne Heights CD, DVD with slipcover, $30. Cross Canadian Ragweed, 15. Lagon DVD, 15. The Weekend was a bunch of bread and butter. Well, Weekend, I'm saying what sold Saturday 11 a.m. onward to right now. That'd be the Weekend because I did a shipping video or a sales video of what went out for Saturday. All right, there we go. So two days is what this is. Is what these sales are for. This Corvette instructional CD, sealed, 30. The Muppet Show, which one is it? Best of the Muppet Show. Either way, it's 15. When Calls the Heart, sealed, DVD, 14. Joni Mitchell, CD. Who's that? Chachi loves Joni. Joni loves Chachi. But 15. Yeah, and this is the winter sale. I still have a couple more, but this is the winter sale over the weekend. This is one I got. The cookbook I got in Salvation Army in Copley Fairlawn. So it's either most likely paid $2. So this is by Magda Weigand, Kochbuch, which I'm going to guess is cookbook, Der Donnerschwaben. So it's all in German. So other ones of this have sold for $40-50, which would have been newer years. This is 1963, so I think it was pretty much the oldest one that has, within 3 years, been sold. It's going across the pond to Great Britain. Actually, no, this is going to Wales. I want to say is where it's going. Cardiff. I want to say it's Wales. Cardiff is like the capital of Wales. So they're $87 in for it and got 72. Cibomato, 15, DVD or CD. Someone came in and picked both these up. the Zombies and the Chambers Brothers. It's a total of $30 product cost. Hey, hold on a minute. Another Sibo motto, just now dawned on me. 23. Another pair of these safety glasses. These bucks, are they called? Bouton, Bouton. So these are just older, straight up like what you would wear in shop class back in the 80s and 90s. I mean, they still make these for obvious purposes. I mean, I wouldn't say make. I mean, people still buy them. What? Rigby? See, that looks like a fingerprint right there. All right, I'll start and go off. Anyhow, 24. So all in all, for the almost 2 days, we will go probably 44, 45 hours, is 438 in sales, 401 product cost received. Little lower. So I went ahead and did the math of even after adding up what this stuff would be to ship out, it was still over $1,000 payout, not including the Lady Gaga. That was almost $1,500 profit on just that. So if it wasn't for that, it would still been over $1,000. So even if I'm just doing the rough math for all the shipping that's going to come up for this stuff here, which is a typical, a usual average payout week. Sometimes a tad less, usually 1,000 and over. All right. So not much on that one there. So that's going to wrap that one up. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. I don't know. Old foreign cookbooks can be decent money. So I do look at cookbooks. They are going to be more very, very specific wise as for books that I do look at. They're going to be specific. They're going to be one of the things that does sell is a Southern and Creole. That type of cooking does very, very specific ethnic. I wouldn't say like Mexican ethnic or Korean ethnic. I would say more very, very specialized Swede, Scot, whatever this is, German, Slavic, things like that. That stuff is going to retain a little more, but that's what I look for that. So, yeah, look at the strange and the unusual cookbooks. So, tell me thing going up. Comment down below. Subscribe, share. It's all free. They all help. Oh, and I did end up talking to Sonny, the author of that book about the Collinwood fire. I talked to him last night for a little bit. Very talkative, interesting guy. He's still very relatively local to here. Relatively, I don't. He didn't say exactly where he lives at, but I'm going to guess within 15 minutes. We're going to try to do something. Well, say it like this. I'm going to contact him again after the turn into November, and we'll figure something else out from there. And ideally, we were thinking that a release of a video of whatever I make, however I come up with whichever, to make it around the anniversary of the release of the book, which is also roughly the anniversary of the fire, which happened, I think he said March 8th, 1908. So again, if you're not familiar with the Collinwood School fire, it is it's still the nation's largest catastrophe that involved a school that was from a fire. And if you didn't see yesterday's video, if you're not familiar with the exact event, over 170 school children were basically burnt alive in 1908, right down the road from here. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.